Hey guys, welcome back to Farming Simulator. I'm Kodai Kans. This is my farm, and yeah, I thought I'd do a quick video on the things I've learned while playing around with Autodrive. Because apart from watching a couple of videos on it, I've pretty much just had to go and up with a bit of a mess. So I thought I'd jump you through it and give you my top tips if you're a noob, so you don't make the same mistakes as me. So on with the show. Right, so tip number one, don't have your waypoints for your unloading trailers on your main thoroughfare. It may sound obvious, but I ended up just putting one here thinking, oh, that'll be alright. I won't ever want to unload, have two fields going at once. Well, guess what? I did. And if a tractor was waiting here and another one came along here, it would just stop and wait for this one to go off and get unloaded. So tip one is make sure you have your waypoints. Maybe have a loop out here, so your waypoints are away from your main thoroughfare. Yeah, so tip one, don't wait in the middle of traffic. Right, so just jump to another part of the farm, and I've got this descending hill here. And tip number two is make sure your corners are not too sharp, or drop your speed. So one of the options you've got in one of these menus, this one, is it? No, that one. Is it? Here we go. No, cornering speed. Wrong menu. It's on Autodrive menu. Yeah, make sure you drop your corner speed down, and make your corners not as tight as I've done here, because a couple of times I had one of these tractors, I think it was, with a full load of wheat. Came tearing down here, went to turn the corner and ended up dropping down off the cliff or into the trees or into these trees as the tractor put its brakes on and the trailer just pushed it. So yeah, slow down your corners and make sure they're a little bit more, take the corner carefully, racing corner as you were. But yeah, tip two. So tip number three is quite simply, don't cross your streams. So I've got this road which comes down here, and you can see on the mini map here, it drops down to, if you know the Corpy map, all the sale points are over here. So if we have a look at the main map. So I am down here. So around here, all your sell points, all my sell points are here. So I've got this nice access track here. But if you look, I've got, zoom in, you can see I've got both upstream and downstream really close to each other. Now, I could put one on the one side, one on the other, and they might squeeze past, but you end up with problems where you have outcroppings like this and sharp bends, especially like this one here is quite sharp. So, especially if you're trying to get round this way. So, yeah, I made the mistake of having them, especially like this, where they actually cross over. So, northbound and southbound traffic on the same bit. Number of times you come up with, blocked. Was it blocked by object? I think you get on the course play menu. So, yeah, don't cross your streams. In fact, I'm looking at probably redoing this so that I have laden traffic coming down this hill, because that's reasonably nice. And then I've got a path up here where I'll probably take the empty. So basically just put a big loop here, avoiding all the sale points so I don't end up with contention there. So probably bring them down around here in a big loop, so I can have the traffic running around in circles and then diverting off to where I need to. So yeah, that's my next tip, is just don't cross the streams. Right, tip number 4 is actually one I've seen on quite a few other Autodrive tutorials. Just when you've got a unload or loading point here, but like a silo, make sure that your path is straight across the unload point and then on quite a bit, so that the trailer will get under here, not the tractor. Initially I had this point here. I could never understand why my tractor was never, trailer was never loading. So yeah, just make sure you have your target point past, and significantly past, a nice straight line for your unload points. So yeah, make sure your tip is just make sure that's far away over. So funny enough, tip number 5 was one which took me ages to figure out. Is when I had funny enough, what I've got down here, when I was trying to sell from root crops here, so unload here, down at the general sell point, which is down the corner. Let's see, if I was trying to sell potatoes or whatever it was, the tractor would come up the hill, go around here, load up the trailer with potatoes, move forward a bit and stop and say, cannot find course to target point or something like that. So you come back up here, turn on autoplay again, and it would take off. And it would work absolutely fine. Go down, sell the products, and come back up, park here, and do the same thing. And it took me ages to figure out that I was missing that line there. Don't know how well it's visible. Yeah, but let's just get the tractor around a bit. So see this line here, this straight line between that point and that point. This one was missing. So the tractor would get here and go, oh, I can't go any further. And then when you hit, enable, disable, and re-enable it, it would pick up this point and carry on. So once I figured it and added that point, it worked. So just make sure that your lines are connected. And if you start getting weird errors like that, just drive slowly along the path you expect it. And yes, that's tip number 5. Make sure your lines are linked. Now that one took me ages to figure out because I just couldn't understand the behavior. I would just sit here and go, can't move. Click on play, turn it off, turn it on again, it would work. So yeah, it's just a useful tip. Make sure your lines are all connected. Alright guys, so that's my top tips for a from a first time person who's never played with Autodrive in anger apart from this game. And I'm very impressed with the actual mod writers because their pathing algorithms are able to sort out spaghetti junctions like this, and I've never had any problems with it picking the wrong path or any errors I've had are stuff like I've said before, missing a line or corners too sharp or stuff like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be blowing away all the courses on this map and generally just also removing all the course play auto fields and stuff like that I set up because everything on this map's changed. So yeah, I will blow everything away, recreate the courses, and yeah, I'll bring you back to show you how much simpler I've made it. Or hopefully made it a lot simpler. So I shall see you in a bit. Right, so tip 6 is one which has caught me out while I'm rebuilding some of these courses. If you click here and then click over there to make to link these two up, make sure you click in the right direction, because if you go that way, the arrows I don't know if you can see it, but in the middle of the screen, the arrow of that line is going the wrong way. So always make sure that you click in the direction you want to travel. Otherwise, you end up with some very strange bits where you go from A to B and it goes, can't get there, and you follow it around. You've got the green line all the way around. You can't figure out until you notice the arrows are pointing the wrong way. So yeah, that's one of my tips, is just make sure the arrows always point the direction you want to travel. Yeah, so yeah, just another tip is, yeah, watch those arrows. They've caught me out a few times so far. So yeah, I'll leave you there. Like and subscribe. Hope you found this interesting. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.